Call the meeting to order to the Board of Adjustment. Could we please have a roll call, please?
Mr. Leon McRae? Present. Mr. Patrick Connors?
Present.
Mr. Charles Cameron?
Present.
Ms. Charlene Barhu? Mr. John George?
Present.
Mr. David Betts?
I am present. Okay, I'd like to introduce our city staff for the meeting today. Ms. Melissa Phillips, the Development Review Technician, Mr. David Russell, our Assistant City Attorney for the City of Daytona Beach, Ms. Mandy Carey, our Acting Board Secretary, and we have Joe Graves back behind the wall and Xavier Campbell for our AT department here today. We have next on our agenda the approval of minutes of our July 17th, 2025 meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes?
I have, and I'll make a motion to accept the meetings as presented.
Been a motion and a second to approve the meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Okay, new cases. Case number 5A. If we could have the clerk please read the case, please.
Case A, BOA 2025-016, variance from Article 4, Section 4.2B for single-family residential of the CODB Land Development Code. A request by Eugene and Jennifer Sullivan for a variance from Article 4, Section 4.2B, single-family home to reduce the required rear yard setback from 25 feet to 12 feet. This variance approval will allow for approximately 402 square feet hard roof to be added. Did I say that right? Yeah, 402 square feet hard roof to be added inside existing screen patio at the rear of the home. The property is located at 1313 Ruthburn Road, parcel ID 534014020160.
Thank you. I'm asked now that the applicant or representative please come to the front and present your case to us. Hi, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Eugene and Jennifer Sullivan.
Thank you. What would you have to say to us for this case?
Well, we just sort of retired and doing a little bit of renovation, and we want to put a new screen up. So we wanted to put some roofing so that we could put patio furniture, picnic table, things like that out around the pool. And I always hate to use this, but my wife's mother did die of melanoma cancer. And, you know, I try to keep her in the shade, and it's just, we want to enjoy our home.
Right.
So we're doing some renovation. We've done the inside, now we're doing the outside.
You say you're going to replace the screen. Is it just the screen? Are you going to build the structure out anymore, or is it just replace the screen?
No, we did get some quotes, and what everybody that came out said there's no footer around the patio of the pool.
Okay.
Concrete. So they all recommended to go out about 8 inches or a footer and put the new screen up. I don't,
Well, we have a
Does that
wall
change-
there
that
now.
changes the application?
yeah, I mean, there's
So
a
it's
wall
gonna
there
go
now.
for it'll just be right where the wall is.
Will those 8 inches still be within, because that changes the application if they're going to go out?
Well, we're not here to app for that. We're just here to get the roof
The
approved.
roof part that's going in
Yeah,
partially over that,
And then,
under that,
you know,
under that.
Our contractor will come and get the permit for that.
Yeah, they're responsible for anything.
But we are
that follows
within
that.
the footage
Okay,
for the screening.
right.
It's just the roof part.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And that's,
It's sort of like a 10 by 11 area that's in question.
right, and that's just already being built within the existing screened area.
Yeah, well, yeah, in the new screening. We're not going to put it in the old screening, in the new screening.
Well, right now what you have, Gene, against, like it's all screened in, like and then we have that area where we have a roof that comes out, but the roof is, it's not insulated, so it's hot. It's sunny there all the time. It's wet all the time, so it's a hazard.
In the picture that you used for the mailing, my neighbor actually has the same thing as what we want to do. It's right there, my neighbor's house is in the picture, and that's what we want to do.
I'm trying to grasp
Right
it.
here.
What I
That's
have
the neighbor, okay.
on page 3 of our documents
Okay.
is, I believe, a scale draw-up of your screened-in property with what is highlighted in yellow, a 6 by 10.108 roof. Is that the solid roof that you're talking about?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had the documents.
Yeah, no,
there.
I have this in front of me right now.
Okay.
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 I lost the papers again.
Yeah, this is in our packet,
Okay,
so this is,
Yes, right, this is actually existing roofing, so we want to extend it out. But this is what doesn't meet the 25 feet.
right, just the back
It's
corner.
that back section right
This
there.
here
It's like
doesn't-
10 by 11, I believe it is.
And what is the, gonna be used there? On your
Like a
patio?
table.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where you wanna put a
We'd have a
table
little bit of
and,
shade there.
table and chairs, and
Yeah,
there's
table,
existing
chairs.
shade there?
And then the rest of it, we're
No
going to
shade.
just have like patio furniture.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, everything right now gets soaking wet behind there. We had furniture there before, we have to throw it out because it gets moldy, because it's always wet.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, now we retired, we just kind of like want to live,
Enjoy life a
enjoy
little
it a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm a little slow today.
That's okay.
So, the yellowed highlighting section, right?
Yep.
Is that currently in existence?
No.
No. So you have no partial roof out there now?
No.
Okay. All right. Now I'm following you.
And that's what they want, a roof.
Right.
But the back part of it is the variance.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that.
I mean, I'm a pretty common person here saying, I don't think it impinges on anybody's property, or it's not going to affect anybody. Not going to have lights or anything like that. It's not going to be like, it's my wife and I, and maybe our grandchildren when they come down.
Okay. And so that is where also you're extending the screen a little bit,
We are.
about 4
just-
feet?
Just where you see that, it says 10.8.
Yeah,
That just is a little bit there,
right.
like 4 feet.
But you
Because
can
that's
do that
where the
under
table
code.
would be.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, your current screen, birdcage, goes to the corner of your house.
Correct.
So the 4 feet in addition that
Yep.
is going out farther,
Yep.
that's screened too, and then the partially roofed. Only the block, whatever, the 4
Yeah.
by 5.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I did see the 4 foot there. That's the 4 foot that we're going to extend it.
Right.
The 10.8 is existing right now.
Right.
The
Gotcha.
4 foot doesn't go towards the back of the house.
Nope.
No.
That's not part of the,
Right along the house.
right.
Side that.
It goes towards, there's plenty of room that way, so.
Yeah.
Okay, and looking at the aerial photo, I see how your neighbor to your left side is the same
Yeah.
as what you propose, and there's also roofing on others, and there's other houses that seem to be back a little further, and some other outbuildings that seem to be less than what the setbacks would be.
Yeah.
It's not like you're the only one that has been asking or been varied or is subject to this code that you're asking us to vary for your roof. Plus, it's underneath the screen. So, anyway, that's the way I see it. Any other questions of the applicant? To the board? No? Yeah. Is there anybody here that would like to speak on this issue other than the applicant? Okay. All right. Any other discussion by the board or motion?
If no other discussion, I'll make a motion to accept the application number BOA 2025-016.
Been a motion for approval. Is there a second?
It's a second.
A second, Mr. McCray. And would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Cameron,
Yes.
Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. McCray,
Yes.
Mr. George,
Yes.
and Mr. Betts.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Does that mean you approved it?
We approved it, and you can move on to get your permits.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda, case B. And that's,
Case B,
go ahead.
BOA 2025-017, variance from section 3.D1 of the First Amendment to the Minto-Tomoka Parcel B Plan District Agreement. A request by Coby Moore of CM Designs, Inc., contractor, on behalf of Elizabeth Harvey, the owner, for the after-the-fact variance from the First Amendment to Minto-Tomoka Parcel B Plan District Agreement, Section 3.D.1, for a swimming pool enclosure on a single-family home to reduce the required rear yard setback from 5 feet to 3.9 feet. This variance approval will allow a newly constructed, approximately 1,102 square foot screened pool enclosure attached to the rear of the home, which encroaches into the rear yard setback. This variance approval will also complete and finalize a building permit on this property. The property is located at 292 Blue Starfish Place, parcel ID 5206-0100-1710.
Thank you. Assuming you're the applicant, go ahead.
I'm Coby Moore with CM Custom Pools.
Okay,
Yeah, we submitted the plans with the building department and off of a plot plan, and it had plenty of clearance, and the city approved it. The homeowner association approved it, and we built it actually even in a little more than what we were approved. And it's, by the time we did a final survey, it was out, the very tip corner was out about 15 inches more than
right.
the 5 foot. And it's just, I mean, the project's done now, but we built it off of our plans. And until you get the final survey, once the job's done, that's when we found out that it is a little bit off. But according to our plans we submitted with it, should not have been about anywhere close to it. Just the house must have just been put a little bit farther back than originally plotted, but it's, to move it would be a pretty good project versus it's 15 inches in the very back corner. It's probably maybe 3 square foot of decking is what we're talking about. And it's not,
Right.
not a whole lot. If we could just get the approval, it would help not have to mess with the structure of the screen and make it look kind of weird.
Right, thank you.
When it was, we got approved to build what we built, and we built it per our plan. Actually, we even put on the safe side in a couple inches, and we were approved, and it's still out. But there's no way we would know until the survey was finalized, and at that point, damage is done. It's already there.
I got you. Okay. Does the commission have any, or board have any questions for the applicant
Is there anybody here?
for now?
No one else is here.
Well, I'm going to ask, but I wanted to make sure you had to ask the applicant first. Okay. Is there anybody here wish to speak on this item? Anybody else? Okay. I see there's just open space behind there, so,
Yeah,
what
because that's a
exact-
conservation area.
yeah.
Is that a conservation area or a retention pond behind you?
It's conservation area for a long ways to a retention area. I mean, it's the
Both.
next closest property is me far. real
So there's nobody across the retention pond?
Never will be ever. No, it's
Yeah,
all
okay.
between the, I don't know, swamp retention going into the back, but it's tons of land before it even gets to that.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Okay.
exact measure, but it's a lot.
Mr. Connor, the survey shows that that area behind there is just open space for drainage.
Yeah. It'll never be used.
Okay,
If you look at an aerial of it, it's wide open for as far as you can see.
If,
Yeah, go ahead.
I see
No.
no other comments, I'll make a motion to approve the application number BOA 2025-017.
second,
There's a motion and a second by Mr. Connor. Will clerk call the roll, please?
Mr. David Betts,
Yes.
Mr. John George,
Yes.
Mr. Cameron? Yes. Mr. Patrick Connors,
yes.
Mr. Leon McRae.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, next is case C.
Case C, BOA 2025-018, variance from section 3.CY, description of developments signage of the International Speedway Square LTD Planned Commercial Development Agreement. A request by Guy Wingo Signs on behalf of Haverty's Furniture for a variance from section 3.CV of the International Speedway Square LTD Planned Commercial Development Agreement to increase the allowable wall signage per tenant frontage from 200 square feet maximum to 286 square feet, specifically for the Haverty's store at Unit 600. This variance approval will allow a 286 square foot wall sign to be installed on Unit 600's 160 linear feet frontage, exceeding the permitted wall signage maximum of 200 square feet. This property is located at 2500 West International Speedway Boulevard, Unit 600, Parcel ID 5222-19-000010.
Okay, thank you. Is there a representative applicant here, please? Come on up.
Good evening.
Good evening. Go
you
ahead.
I'm Guy Wingo, the applicant, representative from Haverty's.
Yep, I'm Guy Hamill from Haverty's Furniture.
So you have two guys here before you today.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like that.
Strange circumstances, but
Just a couple of guys.
Can't go wrong.
so Haverty's has moved from their older location to their new existing location and have a beautiful place there with a quite advanced road frontage of their building. So their building is quite large, and so when designing the signage that would look to scale for the building frontage, we run into some complications with meeting the square footage so that it doesn't look like a postage stamp on a envelope, if you will. So there's some hardships with this property and the businesses that are in the very far back of this property, that they're so far off of the Speedway highway, and there's out parcels that are in front of that, in front of those businesses, as well as landscaping, screen walls, fairly large oak trees that are just going to get larger as time goes on. But so there's a natural screen wall that prevents being able to see these businesses from the major highway that's in the front. So when designing the sign, we wanted to get the maximum amount of square footage to be able to be seen from that distance. So we're asking for just a slight deviation in the sign maximum square foot ordinance to allow us to go to 286 from 200. And that would be strictly just for this business. Each business that may be located in whatever position they are have different designs. Haverty's happens to have a design that their smaller copy underneath the word Haverty's says furniture is spaced out letters. They're spaced out or tracked, kerned, so that each letter is somewhat independently set on the building. They're not just your standard typed out copy. So that creates a bit of negative space around the letters, creates a lot of negative space underneath the word Haverty's. That's not really being utilized properly for our square footage that we're allowed. So even though there's 200 square feet, if you drew a rectangle around the full signage, if you just drew a huge rectangle, to meet 200 square feet, there's so much negative space, we're not really getting a full impact of our signage just due to the design of Haverty's furniture. So if it were, let's say, yoga, for example, we would have some really large letters up there, four letters that would just probably fill up the full 200 square feet and look out of place. It's my opinion that Haverty's, even though calculating it in a large rectangle at 286 square feet, still looks presentable, looks to scale, doesn't look overwhelming. So we look at all those things in design work.
Yeah, go ahead.
Question I have, the International Speedway Square Plan Development, is that a separate, is that an entity that owns that commercial area, or is that an agreement with the city, or?
That's correct. It's a separate, it's a planned development agreement just for that parcel.
Okay.
It's specific to that parcel.
So it is, so the maximum 200 square foot signage, is that a city code then, or is that by this planned development that?
It's actually a city code.
Okay.
The city generally for business districts, wall signage, it's 2 square feet for every 1 linear feet of frontage.
Right.
With a maximum of 200. That's just straight business district signage in the city code. And the PD just copied that.
Okay, all right. And do you have approval from them already to
Yes.
do this? Okay. And the Haverty's sign, that's already within the approved guidelines.
The existing Haverty's
Yes.
letters that are there now
Yeah.
are within the 200 square feet.
Right, okay, all right, thank you.
Yes.
What is the height of the furniture lettering?
The furniture lettering. 20 inches.
1 foot 8
There's
inches.
20 inches, yes.
20 inches?
Yes.
So that would read from what, 1,000 feet? How far can you read a 20-inch letter?
We placed a visibility chart there, but a 20-inch letter is approximately, because they skipped over that in this chart, but it's approximately 500 feet, maybe 550 feet. The Haverty's furniture is a proportionate. It was designed in proportion. It is a national brand. It's almost like McDonald's or any major brand that you really can't distinguish one part of the signage from the other. It's all done in proportion. So if you reduce the size of the word furniture, everything has to reduce at one time. You can't just take portions of it and make them smaller. It just is not part of their branding.
Right.
So one of the ideas that we had to help facilitate the square footage concerns was to take each letter, because they're they're so far spaced apart that we were going to take each letter and individually run the square footage of each of those letters and apply that to the square footage to help minimize all of our negative space that we're basically being charged against us that we're not able to utilize. If we do that in that manner and use the square footage of each individual letter and apply that, we're at 203 square feet, 3 square feet over the allowable square footage. It is not per the city that it's allowed to be calculated in that manner, but we took the liberty to do that just to see what it would turn out.
Yeah, actually, if you shrank the negative space around the whole thing, you'd be
It
within
got very
the code.
close.
Yeah,
But we have the left bottom and the right bottom portion that is a negative space,
which is part of your.
which is part of what's being charged against us. But I'm not sure if you have an elevation drawing showing the proposed finished
Yeah.
signage.
Right here.
It's to scale with the building. It doesn't look overwhelming. It doesn't look miniaturized. It's to scale with the building as far as it looks in proportion and to scale.
Yep.
Much like you would, if we're talking about furniture, much like you would design a room with maybe you have a small room and you wouldn't put a huge sectional in that room, it would look overwhelming. Vice versa, if you had a large room, you wouldn't put a small little antique couch in there and say, well, that feels right and feels good either. So we look at all those things in design.
Yeah, without a form-based zoning code, it's hard to regulate size and design to make it fit all circumstances.
I get that. And 200 square feet, I would say probably is normally probably sufficient, but this fascia is so large that if you put a little sign up there, it's going to look underwhelming. It's going to look like, well, these guys, they didn't, or they're probably maybe on a budget. What are we going to buy in there? Well, this is not a budget store. So everything has to have its own feel and the proper presentation before you actually enter the store to understand what you're going to see inside the store.
You've also provided pictures of various parts of the drive aisles, drive entrances, and showing how the landscaping and trees that you presented are blocking that particular area of your sign, as well as the rest of the shopping center is going to be in that same realm. But in your case, you have the largest, you pretty much have the largest and in-center spot of the whole center being one of the main stores in the center.
Right, and being in the center kind of, in some degree, may work against us. We're right directly behind BJ's.
Yeah.
So to be able to see through there, and you have the landscape buffer, which is nice, and it's probably doing exactly what it was intended to do. But nonetheless, we don't really have a clear shot. If we were, I want to use McDonald's again, but if we were McDonald's and you saw the golden arches in there, everybody knows who you are. This may not be as prevalent as McDonald's, that everybody sees the H and A and goes, hey, I know that's Haverty's. Maybe, probably not. But maybe there's a few, but it's,
Yeah.
So we have that, we have those things to overcome. So I think more than the visibility, because we do have some pylon signs out on the road or monument signs, so we have some advertisement out there. But I think one of the largest things is after you enter and you get off of the Speedway and now you have to find the store, that's where it becomes a little more problematic because of the landscaping. Or probably in more large part, it's more of the scale of the store and what it feels like when you drive up and you see this vast fascia and this appropriately scaled sign. And I know it seems like we're asking for a lot, 286 square feet versus 200. But I think in reality, we're asking for 203, just because I calculated the square footage of every letter that's spaced out. So I think the ask sounds more than what it really is.
It seems that the scale of the sign you're proposing is reasonable for the size of that building.
Yeah.
So I think it's aesthetically pleasing, and although it doesn't meet the letter of the law and how we define area, I think maybe it does meet the intent of the code. I don't think it, I think it's reasonable.
Okay, any other questions for these people? Anybody in the audience wish to speak on the matter? Okay. Seeing there aren't any, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion on case C BOA 2025-018 that we approve it as presented.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Cameron. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. John George,
Yes.
Mr. David Betts,
Yes.
Mr. Cameron, Mr. Connors,
Yes.
Mr. McCray.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
How's business?
A little slow the last couple of weeks, but overall doing well.
It's hot. People are staying inside.
School's back in session, so yeah, it's restaurant business
Yep.
tends to be a little slower.
Yeah.
First week of August, but yeah. We're loving the place.
Good.
My wife is an interior decorator. She likes your store, so.
Adding some furniture will be ideal for the site. Thank you. Thank you. Close to McDonald's now.
Yeah, HA.
Okay, got case D. Can you please have the clerk read case D in, please?
Case D, BOA 2025-019, variance from Article 4, Section 4.2C, Multifamily Residential of the CODB Land Development Code. A request by Tanesha Swanson of Swanson Consulting on behalf of Harris Global Management, LLC, for a variance from Article 4, Section 4.2C of the Land Development Code for a single-family home to reduce the required street side yard setback from 15 feet to 7.5 feet. This variance approval will allow a 1,748 square foot home to be constructed on this vacant parcel while not meeting the required street side setback. The property is located on Illinois Street, parcel ID 5238-38001150.
Welcome back, Tanesha.
Hello. Y'all trying to get me to move back to Daytona. How you doing? So
Go ahead and tell
this
us about this lot.
This is adjacent to the one from last month. It's on the other corner. So same issue. Flip plan. Tight little space there. So I'm just trying to get this last set of 3 finished off, and I think we'll be done until next year.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant by?
Actually, I have a
Commission?
question more for the city. Is the city, we've had multiple discussions about sidewalks. And what is the city's plans for this community? Is there going to be sidewalk centered, or is it something never going to be talked about?
That would be a public works question. I don't know. I have to think at some point they're planning on putting them in, but I honestly don't know.
So if they do put sidewalks in, how's that going to affect your house?
Well, that's what I talked to the builders about, just because of all of the changes and the redevelopment there. We're upfront with the owners, so they do know that there's a variance on the property. So they do know that in the future, if there are sidewalks, that there could be traffic close to the structure of the home. So we're very transparent with that. We did take into consideration if, because of, Madison Heights does flood, and, I'm sure that there may be in the future some type of alleviation from the flooding, possibly putting in additional drainage, sidewalks, or whatever the case may be. So we did take those variables into consideration before even buying these lots. So.
Thank you.
And the sidewalk would always be placed outside of their property boundary.
Yeah.
Oh, it would?
Always.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, how could it be?
In the right of way.
in the right of way.
Oh.
Yeah, if you look on the plot plan, there's large right of way between the gutter and the property line of 14 to about 14 feet.
What page are you at?
Page 2. The survey on page 2.
Yeah, there's between
There's-
12 and 13 feet between the edge of the parcel boundary and the edge of the concrete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's plenty of room. And
I just brought it up just because I live in Vieira. So now Vieira has a lot of golf carts. So that I brought that up just because I've seen issues there with them expanding the sidewalk to accommodate golfing. And I know Madison Heights, there have a lot of people walk. So, I always think ahead, like 10 steps ahead when taking on any project. So
Yes, there's a big push even on the state to get sidewalks everywhere so no one's on the road. But
yeah. Okay. Anybody out there wish to speak on this item? Seeing none, is there a motion or any other questions for the applicant?
I'll make a motion to approve case number 2025-019.
Is there a second?
second.
And would the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. McRae?
Yes.
Mr. Cameron?
Yes.
Mr. Connors?
Yes.
Mr. George?
Yes.
And Mr. Betts?
Yes.
Thank you.
all right. We'll see you all next year, hopefully. Thank you.
You gonna be back next month?
No, I don't have anything going on. County, not.
We'll miss you.
We will miss you.
And let's see, review cases, if we could have the clerk please give us a little review of what we did tonight.
Item number 4, BOA meeting, item number case A, BOA 2025-016 for 1313 Ruthborn Road. Motion passed 5-0. Case B, BOA 2025-017, 292 Blue Starfish Place. Motion passed 5-0. Case C, BOA 2025-018, 2500 West ISB, Unit 600. Motion passed 5-0. And item number 5, Case D, BOA 2025-019, Illinois Street, PID 5338-38-001150. Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you. Under new business, I have something. Mr. George has tendered his resignation from the board tonight. And thank you for your service to us. How long have you been on? You were on when I started.
April of 21.
Okay, April 21.
Not too long.
He's pursuing other things in a career, and we wish him luck. And so we will be getting a new member hopefully soon. He's right, maybe. If he gets appointed, that'd be great. Well, it's not up to us. Fortunately, it's up to the city commission. And we also then, at the next meeting, will need to appoint a vice chair. So, in case of my absence as chair. So think about it.
That better be the truth.
Anybody want to volunteer?
I'll be happy to step in since I'm the oldest Dog standing.
Second that motion.
The OG.
So we'll take care of that at the beginning of next meeting. Yeah, no, yeah. That's all I had. Thank you for,
Yes, thank you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, thank you.
But hopefully we can welcome you.
is there anything coming up?
I have 2 cases for next month.
Good to know.
Two definite, and then we have till next week to take in more for next month.
You know, not a business, but the starfish thing, or whatever. Again, the survey. The errors in the survey, I still struggle with the idea that somehow we can't rectify that or create some, I don't know who I would speak to about the idea of fining or something that says, you can't do this, you know?
So I think some of it may be that the final surveys on the brand new builds may or may not be 100% accurate. We depend on surveyors who put their state license on the line
Yep.
by stamping that survey. We depend on them that the information is accurate. I question sometimes if it is, but we don't have,
Right.
we can't not accept them if it's on the surveyor, the onus is on them to,
Yep.
that, you know, that we can trust that they're giving us correct information. And I honestly, I do think especially with a lot of these new builds, the production homes, I question if every surveyor has gone out there and reshot every single property.
And if the surveyor makes a mistake, ultimately that's a private matter between the property owner that hired them or the contractor that hired them
Yeah.
and the surveyor made the mistake. I mean, they should have, if you're dealing with a reputable surveyor, they should have some sort of errors and omissions policy in place that would cover that situation. You know, unfortunately, what ends up happening is that these cases come before this board where, you know, perhaps they shouldn't be, but.
Because I think what happens with, especially with what we're seeing with these new builds, is Starfish, they come in, they build the new house, we get the final survey. And then they put in a new pool, they put in a new screen room, and we don't see, like, at the end when the pool is in, then the surveyors have to go out and reshoot it. And that is a lot of times when we're finding those inaccuracies where there's 6 inches off or 12 or 15 inches off.
Yeah.
So that makes me question, was the original final survey actually accurate?
When we discussed this last time, you educated me on the only way to stop that surveyor from having a license, I guess, is through going through the state, which I understand. And I see that as onerous. And yes, I understand also, David, the idea that they have to have liability insurance. But as a homeowner, I'm looking for somebody in, you know, Yellow Pages or Google, and it says certified, which means to me it's kind of like looking for a physician. Board certified, okay, you know. I'm not knowledgeable enough to say that surveyor's got his or her things on the line. It just seems wrong to me. I'm sorry, it just seems wrong.
I agree.
Can't change
Yep.
it.
Agree.
It's, you know, dealing with surveyors all the years I did, and not just that, other design professionals too. I mean, engineers and, you know, when they design pipes going uphill thinking it's going to drain, I mean, that.
I can't say anything about that.
Yeah, well, I've had to deal with that in my, so it's kind of funny when you start reviewing plans and seeing that kind of stuff. You know, why did you even submit it? Well, you know, we had a deadline to meet and didn't have time to finish it, so we wanted your review over it.
The next time we do your total knee, I gotta go to the golf course, so let's make sure it's done quickly, right?
What's that? Oh, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. So, anyway, any motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
We're done.
Thank you guys very much. See everybody next month.
Been a pleasure.
Leonard, I'm sorry.